Buenos días, caballero.
Buenos días, maestro. ¿Cómo estás?
Aquí en la lucha, camellando, ya tuve loco. Estoy muy bien, gracias a Dios. ¿Y usted? Cuéntame, ¿cómo
Ah,
está?
bien, señor. Todo bien. Mi vida es maravilloso. Sí,
¿Maravilloso?
sí, señor.
Ok, ok. ¿Qué vamos a hacer hoy? ¿Qué vamos a hacer hoy?
Ah,
Verbos irregulares.
sí, verbos irregulares, ¿ok?
Ujú. Y los patrones y las pautas. Patterns. Okay. So dice el patrón, or we can say la pauta. That means pattern. Okay. Excelente. Sí. Y gracias a todos. Vamos a empezar la clase y esperamos hasta que lleguen la gente. O esperamos hasta que lleguen los estudiantes. Okay. El día de hoy vamos a practicar con patrones y verbos irregulares. Muy buenos días, Chris. Saludos. Muy buenos días. Y todo está bien aquí en Panamá. Bueno, aquí de nuevo, otro día en Panamá. So today we're going to be working with patterns and verbos irregulares. So let's start off with patterns. So what do I mean when I say patterns? Patterns, speech patterns, recognizing phrases, recognizing how things are put together. Because if you always continue to try to translate word by word, you'll never be able to communicate. So we have to recognize patterns so our brain picks up ideas. Okay.
Sí.
So we'll go ahead and give it a start. Let me see. What patterns do you recognize in speech? Give me a few phrase patterns that you recognize. Patterns may be something that you change just a little bit to make a different meaning. Any patterns you recognize in
Uh,
fault
como,
control? Fault
como
control.
idiomas in English, like como time flies
Well, that's un modismo. Un
is
modismo.
patterns. In English, what is your name is a pattern. Would you consider that a pattern?
Well, what is your a pattern, but what is your name is just a recognizable phrase.
Sí, señor.
Mhm.
Let's see. Another pattern is I can. Is that a pattern? I want to make sure I'm getting this correct.
Well, let's make it more words in the pattern. Let's try to go for at least 4 words in pattern.
Okay. Um, what are you doing?
Okay. So what would you change? You could say that's a pattern. What would you change in what are you doing to make it a pattern, to make it a different meaning?
I would in English, I would say, what are you doing today after 4? But what is you
Okay.
doing is
What
a
else?
pattern, and today after 4 to specify, to be more specific in the phrase.
Okay. So now change that last section of the pattern and give me some more meaning to that. What are you doing today after 4?
What are you doing today after 4? Um, I would
Now
like,
change the time.
pardon, sorry,
Change the time.
change the what?
Change the time.
Oh, what are you doing today after 6?
Now change
What
the
are
day.
what are you doing tomorrow? Or
Okay. Keep going.
okay,
Keep changing it.
Okay, what are you doing this morning? What are you doing on August 26, 2003?
Okay. So you're recognizing the pattern. Okay. Okay. Now give me another pattern that you can recognize in conversational communication. Just one more.
Just one more. Okay. What would you like? Would that be a pattern? Like, what would you like for dinner? What would you like to do today? What would you like?
Um,
What would you like in your coffee? What would you
right.
like?
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Patterns. Right.
See,
So as you can see, patterns is how we recognize things. We don't translate everything word by word. Right.
right.
Good. 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 Good job. All right. Let's see here. Give me one moment here. Let me. All right. All right. All right. Excelente. Excelente. Okay. Yeah. All right. Give me one moment here. Just want to do something real quickly, and then we will get down to business. And we're going to look at a few patterns I want to go over, and you recognizing patterns. And that's how you learn to communicate. And we'll work with a few patterns, okay?
Okay.
And that's how you learn to communicate. And we'll work with a few patterns, okay? Okay. A ver. Y entonces, okay. Patterns. So let's go ahead. I want to, in particular, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to look at a pattern here. Okay. And then I'll give you some more patterns to recognize in speech. And this is how you build your conversational skills and understanding. Comprensión. Okay.
Sí, señor.
Let me go ahead and let me know. I'm going to share screen. Haha. Excelente. Okay, make sure you can see the screen. Can you see the screen that we have here in front of us?
Sí.
Excelente. Okay. Vamos a reconocer la pauta. All right. So today we have vocabulario. Go ahead. I want you to try and read the vocabulario in Spanish.
En español. Sí, señor. El conocimientos, the knowledge, mejorar.
Okay, only en español solamente.
En español, ok. Morar para saludable, una limpieza, odonton, what is that? Odontola, odontologo, y el patrón, el pauta, y is that trotar?
Sí.
Trotar. Sí.
Okay. So let's go ahead and repeat after me. El conocimiento.
El conocimiento.
Mejorar.
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 Para.
Para.
Saludable. Saludable.
Saludable. Saludable.
Una limpieza. Una limpieza.
Una limpieza.
Odontólogo. Odontólogo.
Odontólogo. Odontólogo.
Making sure you're saying logo and not Lego.
Logo.
Odontólogo.
Odontólogo. Logo.
Not
Odontólogo.
lago.
Logo. Perdón.
Not lago. Odontólogo.
Odontólogo.
Ah, mejor. El patrón.
El patrón.
La pauta.
La pauta.
You see how we pronounce every letter in that sound? Pauta. La
Sí, pero
pauta.
pronuncia la A-U. How would you pronounce A-U in that particular word?
Pau. Escucha. Pau.
Pau. You would pronounce it pau.
Pau. Not pau. Pau.
Pau. Pau. Pau. So I shouldn't try to enunciate each letter, is what you're saying.
No, you should pronunciate each letter, but it's just a smooth pronunciation.
Okay, so could you repeat it, please?
Repeat
it then, por favor.
Sí. Pauta.
Pauta. Pauta.
Pauta. Did you pronounce every letter?
No.
Yes, you did.
I did? Okay.
Watch the playback and you'll hear you did. Pauta.
Pauta.
Now pronounce it without the U in there. What would you have?
Pauta?
Without the U, what would you have?
See, I've been working on those vowel enunciations, so it's very difficult for me to pronounce it without actually emphasizing those
Look
vowels.
at it now. Just look at the word we'll have there, right?
Pauta. Pauta. Ah.
Now you have pauta, right?
Sí, señor.
Say it.
Pauta.
Not pauta. There's no U in there. It's pata, right?
Pata, sí.
Say it.
Pata.
Say it again.
Pata.
Pata.
Pata. Pata. Pata.
Pata.
Pata.
Now, let's look at it with the U in there. Pauta. Pauta.
Pauta.
Pata.
Pauta.
Repeat after me. Pata.
Pata.
Pauta.
Pauta.
Do you hear a difference?
Yeah, it's a very subtle difference.
Very subtle and very important. All right. Trotar. Trotar.
Trotar.
Okay, so la pauta número uno. What do we have here? Para comer. What's that mean?
In order to eat. Para comer.
You two take the next one for me. What is that?
Para beber. Para beber.
Sí, muy bien. And you take the last one.
Para creer. Para creer.
Muy bien. Now, we have a quick exercise we're going to do. And what I want you to do, I want you to complete that. Well, let's see, since we have time in the student here, I want you to complete that phrase 10 times with 10 different verbs, okay?
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, got to think of the verbs. Para.
I know you know at least 50 verbs, so you should be fast. Come on, let's go.
Para comer, para cambiar, para despejarse, para traer.
Okay, otra vez. ¿Para qué?
¿Para qué? ¿Para qué?
So you say it again for me?
Perdón?
Repeat the last one you said. I didn't hear you.
Para trabajar, to work. Para trabajar.
How do you say to work?
Trabajar.
Mejor. Okay.
Okay.
Sí.
Para caminar, para...
What's that mean? Caminar. What's that mean?
Caminar to change, caminar or caminar.
No. So make sure we're saying it right now.
Perdón, okay.
Para
caminar. Is that correct?
Cambiar.
Cambiar. Para cambiar.
No, listen. The vowel is important.
Sí.
It's not cambiar. It's cambiar.
Repitan, por favor, otra vez.
Sí, para cambiar.
Para cambiar.
This is what you're saying. You're saying Cam. It's not Cam. It's not Cam Newton.
Okay.
Cambiar. Cambiar.
Oh man, see, that's messing me up. C-A.
Gotta practice the vowel.
Calm. Is it calm?
Sí.
See, so cambiar. Not
Sí.
cam, but cambiar.
Ajá.
Cambiar.
Sí, muy bien. Sigue.
Okay, sigue. Okay. Para hablar,
Bien.
para levar, para
Levar.
levar, to
What is
wash,
levar?
to
¿Qué
wash,
significa levar?
to
Say it
wash,
again.
to wash,
Lavar.
lavar, para lavar. What are some other ones? Para cansar, to marry. Para cansar.
No. Say that again. What's that
Para
mean?
to marry. Cansar.
No.
Cansar.
Para
Cansar.
casarse. Para casarse.
Okay.
Casarse.
Reflexive verb. Para casarse. Para.
Make sure you know your verbs.
Perdón.
Make sure you know your verbs.
Sí. Okay. Para dormirse. Para dormirse.
Dormirse.
Dormirse, ¿no? ¿Es correcto?
Sí.
Dormirse. Para dormirse.
Dormirse.
Dormirse. Repitan, por favor.
Dormirse. Sí. Dormirse.
Dormirse. Is it dormirse? Dormirse? Okay. Para dormirse. Kind of like saying the word door. Sí.
Dormirse.
Dormirse.
Ajá.
Dormirse. Para cortar. To cut. Para cortar. ¿Es correcto, no?
Muy bien.
Okay.
Sí.
Para mirar. Para mirar.
Para mirar.
Sí.
Sí.
To look. Para mirar. Y okay. Gotta think of some verbs here. Some infinitive verbs. Para dar, to give. Para dar, to give.
Okay. All right. Good. Now tell me one thing.
Sí, señor.
What do you recognize those verbs that you said have all the same? Tell me what you recognize. What's the similarity in all of those verbs?
The similarities?
Yes, there's a pattern there. What is that?
It's a pattern of action, like to walk, to sleep.
In the verb, not tell me what it means. Just tell me what the pattern you see in when you say the sound. And it's in the end. Tell me the ending. What's the ending?
Oh, you talking about the difference between reflexive and the infinity?
No. What's going on with the ending of that verb there?
No sé.
Oh, they all end in a ere, e ere, I ere, right?
Sí, señor.
That means what?
I don't know.
They're not conjugated, right?
Right.
You know what a conjugated verb and an unconjugated verb is, right?
Yes.
Okay. What's the difference between an unconjugated verb and a conjugated verb?
Okay. A conjugated verb you're using to like say you use the pronoun may or yo.
Conjugated verb means you change the ending, right?
Right.
In the unconjugated verb, you keep the ending in its natural form, which means a ere, e ere, I ere.
Sí.
A ere, e ere, I ere, right?
Correct.
Perfecto, perfecto. All right, so that's all it means. But what we notice is after para, we don't conjugate the verb, right?
Sí.
Remember that. After para, we don't conjugate the verb.
And that's always the case.
See, of course, that's the pattern we recognize.
See.
That's why we're recognizing patterns. Okay? All right, all right. So we're looking at that pattern and recognizing it. And here we go. All right. So let me go ahead and before we continue on with that, let's go ahead and take a look at another pattern. Tell me some things you like to do. Me gusta.
Me gusta dibujar. Me gusta dibujar.
Dibujar.
Sí.
Ah,
Me gusta escribir. Me gusta ejerciciar. ¿Cómo se dice exercise? ¿Es ejerciciar?
Me
Ejerciciar.
gusta hacer ejercicios.
Me gusta hacer ejercicio.
Okay, now what pattern do you recognize in those verbs?
Me gusta. On that last one, you used the word hacer. So would I put that?
What pattern do you recognize in the verb after gusta?
The infinitive form of the word.
Exactly. So what does that tell us?
After me gusta, always, todo siempre, use out the infinitive form of the verb.
Exactly. Say it again.
After the phrase me gusta, always use the infinitive form of the verb.
Very good. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. All right. Now you know. It's about pattern recognizing, right?
See.
Okay. I just want to put that up there real quick. And let's see, we have a message here. And this message says, para levante. Well, we have to say it like this. Para levantar. You see, we don't conjugate that verb after para. A ver. Okay, moving forwards. Let's see. So now the second pattern we're going to look at is this. We have a verb, we have para, and we have infinitivo, right?
See.
Okay, so now with the first verb, we conjugate it, right?
Right.
But the verb after para, we don't conjugate, right?
Correcto. Sí, señor.
Okay, so I want you to read the first example we have here.
Okay, now that word, how do you pronounce that word again? Odontólogo.
Odontólogo.
Odontólogo. Is that correct? Okay.
Sí.
Yo voy a odontólogo para recibir una limpieza.
Lim, that's not limb. Not out on a limb. Limpieza.
Limpieza. Oh, man. Limpieza.
Okay. So look at the pattern. Look at the colors. Take us 30 seconds. Look at the colors and look at the pattern. Okay?
See.
All right. Let that be your guide. The color and the pattern be the guide.
Okay.
This helps us break out of the mode of trying to translate word by word. So we don't speak our language like this.
Okay.
Never do you speak a language like this. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
All right. So, yo voy al odontólogo para recibir una limpieza. Voy al odontólogo para recibir una limpieza. Right?
Sí,
Now, notice I said voy al odontólogo para recibir. I did not say yo voy.
sí.
How do I know it's supposed to be yo here?
By the conjugated verb voy.
Exactamente. Muy bien. Because there's no other pronoun that's going to go with voy, right?
Correct. Sí.
Exactamente. Muy bien. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that out. Because that's how normal people speak. Voy al odontólogo para recibir una limpieza.
Sí.
Go ahead. Read the next example for us.
Ella practicar para mejor su voz.
Say the whole thing, not just the beginning.
Okay, say the whole thing.
Mhm.
Ella practica para mejor su voz.
Okay,
Ella.
so this is the word we're having an issue with. This word here after para. Say the whole word.
Mejorar. Mejorar.
Aha. Try again, the whole thing now.
Ella practica para mejorar su voz.
Does that say voice or does that say voz?
Voz. Sí. V-O, voz.
Don't mix your English with Spanish.
Sí, señor.
Excelente. Siguiente.
Nosotras hacemos ejercicios.
Hold on. Is this hacemos or hacimos?
Hacemos.
Ajá.
Nosotros hacemos ejercicios para mejorar nuestra
No, we're not going to cheat on that verb. Say it right now.
Which verb is that?
It's in green.
Okay.
In verde.
Okay, sí, señor. Mejorar.
Ajá.
Mejorar. So, nosotros hacemos ejercicios para mejorar nuestra salud.
Muy bien. That was totally excellent that time.
Gracias.
What you have to do is get used to saying it correctly so your tongue muscles and your mouth communication exercise their full capacity. We don't cut off words. We don't cheat. I say that to my English speaking students as well. We don't cut off words and cheat. We learn it right so we can understand and be understood. If you learn it wrong, you ain't going to understand what nobody's talking about.
Okay.
Siguiente.
Sí. Ellos escuchan la música para disfrutar el momento.
So let's do this. I'm going to read it after you read it. And then when you look at the playback, you can work on your pronunciation, okay?
Sí, señor.
Excelente. Y entonces déjame hacer esto. Voy al odontólogo para recibir una limpieza. Ella practica para mejorar su voz. Nosotros hacemos ejercicios para mejorar nuestra salud. Ellos escuchan la música para disfrutar el momento. ¿Ok? Ahora te toca. Siguiente.
Edna va al supermercado para hacer las compras.
Ok. Edna va al supermercado para hacer las compras. Siguiente.
Sí. Paseo en el parque para ver. Hold on a second. That's me. Para ver la naturaleza. Naturaleza.
Paseo en el parque para ver la naturaleza.
Sí. Okay.
So when you're practicing, say it part by part. That way it helps you to better read and pronounce paseo en el parque. And the second part is para ver la naturaleza.
So part by part, you mean split the sentence up, like I would say,
yes.
paseo en el parque. Paseo en el parque. And then I would take that second half para ver la naturaleza. I'm getting used to saying that.
Naturaleza. Naturaleza.
Naturaleza.
Naturaleza.
Naturaleza.
Uh-huh. So you got to get used to, let me see, naturaleza. You got to get used to 5-syllable words because they're not going anywhere, right?
Sí.
Okay, excelente, excelente. Let's take a look here. Do we have any questions or comments? Any questions or comments?
Hold on a moment. In the group. Okay.
Any questions or comments? Any questions or comments? Let's see. Any questions or comments? Got a troll here.
Okay.
I'll have to get a moderator. Kick out the trolls. I must be getting famous when I get trolls on the Learning Channel. I bet. Okay, we have 5 watching now. Any questions or comments? Good morning, buenos días, OW. ¿Quién más? ¿Quién está aquí? Chris, questions, comments? Anybody have any questions or comments? A ver, listo. Okay. Any questions? ¿Hay alguna pregunta, señor?
Oh, para mí?
Para mí. Sí. ¿Hay alguna pregunta?
Pronunciar la palabra mejorar para mí. Necesito.
Sí.
I need to hear how it sounds.
Okay. Mejorar.
Sí, mejorar.
Sí.
¿Es correcto? Mejorar.
Sí, mejorar.
Mejorar. Sí. Gracias.
Con mucho gusto. All right. So we have a brief exercise. Let's see, how many do we have? We have 10, but we don't need to do all 10. We'll start off with a few here. Okay, so let's see what we have learned. Let's go ahead and try to do the exercise. In this exercise, what we're going to do is translate the following phrases. Traduce las siguientes oraciones, okay?
Sí, sí.
All right, number 1. Go ahead. Let's see what you got.
Well, I wanted to say visited, but that's not visited. There's no ed on the end of that word. So it's visit. Yo visito. Is it dentista or el dentista? La dentista.
Okay, remember we learned a new word today.
Dentista.
El odontólogo.
Odontólogo. Sí.
Odontólogo. Remember that new word?
Sí, señor.
Okay.
Is that another word for dentist?
Sí, exactamente.
Oh, man, why has it got to be so difficult?
Well, it ain't going nowhere, so what do you want to do?
That's correct.
Go ahead and, this is what I want you to do. I'm going to give you 5 minutes, maybe, give you 3 minutes to go ahead and translate the following, then tell me what you have after I'll wait for you to translate the next. We have número 2, 3, 4, y 5, okay?
Okay, so you want me to write them down is what you're telling me?
Sí. meantime, we're going to get the next subject we're going to go ahead and get on to is irregular verbs. Irregular verbs. Verbos irregulares. Verbos irregulares. Y verbos irregulares.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
Well, I got three. Is when we do the 2.5. Let me get this last one. Para.
Okay.
Just the last one. I got three. Yeah.
In the meantime, people watching, students in the virtual class, go ahead and send your comments in the chat. Send your work, what you got there. Show me what you got. Show me what you got. Muéstrame, muéstrame.
Okay. Listo, señor.
Listo. Okay. Número dos. Número dos. What do you have?
Okay. Número dos. Yo visito el
Número
odontólogo.
dos.
Perdón.
Dos. Número dos.
Oh, número dos. Okay. Laura y Juan jugué en el parque al practicar.
Okay.
¿Es correcto? No. I need to type it in. Or?
What are we? What is our pattern in this?
Okay. I forgot about the pattern. Laura y Juan jugué en el parque para practicar. Para practicar. Para practicar. Sí. Perdóname. I forgot to use the pattern. Para practicar.
Recognizing pattern. And your verb, you conjugated there.
Oh, the verb that I conjugated, jugué. That's correct or no? Or
How
no?
many people? How many people?
2.
So how should it be conjugated?
We would use the.
That's an irregular verb, right? Jugar is an verbo irregular, right?
Sí.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not familiar with the irregular form of that verb in the what is that, the third person plural?
Only one form, irregular. So you're not familiar with the verb.
I'm familiar with the verb jugar, to play.
Go ahead, conjugate it for me.
Jugar, but it's irregular. I'm trying to remember the rule of changing that verb form to an irregular form, and I don't remember it. I apologize.
So you have to learn the verb. There's no rule that you're going to learn when it comes to
That's right.
irregular. You just learn the verb. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and give you my.
Okay, you wrote it on the screen. Okay. Juegan. Sí, juegan en el parque para practicar. Sí. Juegan. Is that correcto? Mi pronunciación?
No. Laura y Juan juegan en el parque para practicar.
Juegan en el parque para practicar. Para practicar. Sí.
Okay, so we have OW here. Okay, so remember, you got to conjugate the first verb, OW. You did not conjugate the first verb. You have visitar la dentista en orden a recibir a lim. You must put Portuguese in there. Limpinsa. Is that Portuguese? I think he learns Portuguese as well. That's going to be very difficult to learn them both at the same time. I would not recommend learning Spanish and Portuguese at the same time. Okay, so we have the correct answer here. Okay, número dos. What do you have? Número dos. ¿Qué tiene?
Número dos.
Número tres. Número tres.
Sí. Comemos temprano para mirar un película o you use película, ¿no? Película, movie, película. Más tarde.
Okay. A ver. Okay, so, comemos temprano para mirar una película más tarde. Es película, no película.
Pe-
Película. Oh,
película.
not
Película.
lick. Peli. Peli.
Peli.
Peli.
Película. Película. Película.
Ajá. All right. And what else do you have? Número cuatro.
No, I didn't get a chance to do number quadro, but I can translate it, reading it from the screen here.
Okay, try.
Okay. Do you read? Okay. When use the two form is lees
Lees.
para ¿cómo se dice improve en español?
Okay. Look at the documents in the vocabulary list. Mejorar. Mejorar.
Mejorar. Okay. Lees para mejorar su ¿cómo se dice knowledge en español?
Le dice conocimiento. Conocimiento.
Conocimiento. So it's lees para mejorar sus conocimientos.
Conocimiento. Conocimiento.
Conocimiento. Conocimiento.
Ajá.
Conocimiento.
Y finally, número 5.
Ella estudia para pase el examen.
Ella estudia para aprobar.
Aprobar. Para aprobar.
Ujú.
Para aprobar el examen.
Sí, para aprobar el examen. Aprobar significa to pass.
So aprobar could mean to pass and not just to try.
Well, aprobar only means to pass. Probar means to try.
Probar. Aprobar. So that's a new word for me. Aprobar. Passe is not a word that I can use for to pass an exam. Passe.
Bueno, you could, you would be understood, but then that would be like, you're talking like a 2-year-old. The difference between pasar is pasar, something happening, or you may pass somebody. Aprobar is more for when you pass a test, a study, an exam, an exchange of knowledge.
Okay, I have to write that word down and commit it to my vocabulary. Aprobar. Am I saying it correctly, señor? Aprobar.
Aprobar. Sí, aprobar.
Aprobar. Gracias.
Con mucho gusto. And now, what I want to do, we have a couple of more exercises you can do down there at the bottom. And if you need to, like I said, always send me an email. I can email you out the documents.
Oh.
And what we'll do is we're going to go ahead into irregular verbs, verbos irregulares. So this is how to recognize and master irregular verbs. Okay, so let's go ahead and give a blank screen. We'll go here to the big screen here, and we'll go ahead and scroll down. We have an exercise to do. We'll scroll down here, nice and fresh off the screen. So, verbos irregulares, okay? So let's start off with aprobar y aprobar. Now, we already know aprobar significa
Sí.
pass, right? As in a test, right?
Sí, señor.
¿Qué significa probar?
Probar significa to try.
Huh? To try. To try. To taste, right? When it comes to food, right?
Sí, señor.
All right, so this is how we...
Perdóname. Adelante, señor.
¿Cómo?
Perdóname. Adelante.
Okay, so now, since I wanted to bring that up because probar is a irregular verb, right?
Sí.
Look at this. Prueba. Pruebo. Pruebas. That. Let's go back here. Pruebas. And prueba, ¿no?
Sí.
Then we have probamos. And we have prueba. ¿No?
Sí.
So the key into recognizing or mastering irregular verbs is to recognize, once again, patterns. So if this is probar and this is aprobar, how do you think you conjugate that?
Lo mismo, the same way.
Except what's the difference?
Letra A.
Exactamente. You got it. Okay, let's see here. What does that question say? It says, pruebo es lo mismo examen. Well, no, it's la prueba. La prueba. La prueba. Es un sinónimo para examen.
You saying A or la? You saying A prueba? La?
La prueba. La prueba. La prueba.
Oh, wow. Okay.
See, you see, there's going to be a difference. There's going to be a word of difference in that small vowel sound. That's
What?
why I stress
Why?
vowels are.
I apologize. I didn't mean to cut you off, senor.
Go ahead.
Why do you use the word la?
Because it's saying the test. If I don't say the test and I say prueba, is he trying it or is it the test?
See.
Did you see? Okay. So what I want to do is, looks like we're going to almost short on time. I'm going to put this in another part, but let's go ahead and take a look at something else here. So that's going to be your homework. And let's take a look at another set of irregular verbs. Okay.
See.
A bunch. I'm just going to go ahead and another famous irregular verb is tener, right?
See.
Tengo. Tienes. And then we have tiene. Tiene, right?
See, senor.
Take a look at this. I'm going to give you another irregular verb here, which is de tener. Aim to stop. We know how to conjugate tener, and we know de tener, right?
Sí, señor.
Excelente. And also, we have, let's see, let's give another list here. De tener, we have, obtener, obtener. You see how this works out, how easy it is when we start recognizing the patterns?
Sí.
Okay, excelente. And we have Let's see. We have this one here, decir. We have contradecir. And we have, let's see, empezar. We have comenzar. Now, what's the pattern in those two? Sa, right?
Sí.
So we learn irregular verbs in patterns like that. These are two synonymous. Empezar means to begin. Comenzar means to start, right?
Sí.
So now, we have how many irregular verbs? Probar, aprobar, tener, detener, decir, contradecir, empezar, comenzar. Okay, so let me give you one more set of irregular verbs. Okay. Let's do this. Now, these are not in alphabetical order, but one more set. Mover. Right? And look at this. Mover. Right?
Sí.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So I'm going to cross this off on the list that we went over these. And that's going to be your homework, working on work recognizing patterns and conjugate those irregular verbs and create examples of them. Just don't conjugate them and leave them there. You conjugate those irregular verbs and create examples of them. Okay? Use them. That's the only way you're going to.
Perdón, I didn't interrupt you, but I want to make sure I understand now. Para, the use of the pattern para, and the use of the pattern me gusta, we don't conjugate the verbs.
We don't conjugate the verb after. Correct.
We don't conjugate the verb after. So you want us to conjugate the verbs that are irregular verbs, like tener y aprobar. So conjugate those irregular verbs for our homework.
See,
but not but with the patterns. When we practice the patterns, we do not conjugate the verb.
Exactly, just as we did today in the class.
Okay, gotcha.
Follow the method and the steps in the class, and you can't go wrong.
Sí, señor.
Don't create your own will or word or ways of being.
Okay. Sí, señor.
Okay.
Maestro.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end here.
Okay.
Gracias a todos y nos vemos la próxima semana. And hay que practicar. It's the most important thing, to practice. Hay que practicar. Okay?
Hay que practicar. Gracias, señor. Buenos días.
Que tenga un buen día. Gracias.